The Blue Jays lose in convincing fashion as they drop 8-3 to the Seattle Mariners and fall to 12-10 on the year. Luckily for them, the Orioles and Red Sox were both losing last I checked. The Orioles are getting absolutely smoked, so they're only losing a game to the Yankees, it's looking like today. The story of the game was the starting pitching as Easton Lucas. The stuff is there for him to be an effective starting pitcher, but his control was just all over the place, and it was last game as well. And you're just not going to be able to get out major league caliber hitters if you're not showing a mix of pitches that you can locate. And that's what happened today. His slider, his sweeper, he was leaving everything up. He was leaving it off to his arm side, just not making competitive pitches. His fastball looked all right. It was 95 today in a lot of cases, and he was pumping it in there for strikes. He was hitting the edges okay with it. But when he's falling behind or just not showing that he's competitive with the other pitches, they can sit on it. And when he leaves something middle, the first couple of outings, when he was being more consistent with the other stuff, he was able to get some things by guys. Right now, he's just unable to. He doesn't have enough fastball to get it by guys when he makes a bad mistake and when they're sitting on it, when they know he can't be competitive with the other pitches or his other offerings. So really bad stuff out of him today. An inning and 2/3, he gave up 7 hits, 6 earned runs. Oddly enough, all of his outs were strikeouts, which is a little bit bizarre. And he also had the 2 walks. So just not competitive. You're down 6-0 through the top of the second, and they were unable to come back from that. And for as bad as the offense is, you can't really throw any blame on them when that's your pitching side of things. But we will throw some blame on the way the offense has been so far this season. Once again, we were 5 for 21 with runners in scoring position. Santander came up. I think he probably left about 15 guys on base today. I know that's probably an exaggeration, but it felt like it. 5 for 21. They leave 12 guys on base. They string together 11 hits. They had 4 walks. And it's just not good enough on the offensive side of things. But again, I can't pin the blame on them just because the starting pitching was so uncompetitive. But you've got Santander out there just missing pitches down the middle. We had yesterday Rodin, Clement missing pitches middle. Vladdy hasn't really done enough. He's hitting well, but he hasn't done enough to put damage on the board. And the lack of home runs, the lack of RBIs is still a huge problem for this team. We've got lots of singles hitters and nobody putting runs on the board in convincing enough fashion. And I've seen a lot of tweets and a lot of interactions with fans saying, we need more power hitters. This is like a management issue. I agree. We can definitely go for another power hitter. But you look at the guys that do the home run hitting against us. You've got Moore leading off the game with a home run. Cal Raleigh, he's a legit power threat. I think he's got 9 or 10 on the year now, so he is a legit power threat. But then you got Rowdy Tellez lighting us up, hitting home runs every single game. He had the 30 home run year, but he is not what I would consider, a good bat. I do not consider Rowdy Tellez to be a better hitter than Anthony Santander, even George Springer, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. He's not better than these guys. He's just showing up and he's hitting home runs. And our guys aren't. That's really the only way you can spin it, is we've got some of the bats in the order. Bo Bichette should be pushing 20 home runs in a year. Vladdy and Santander should both be pushing 30-plus home runs in a year. Springer should have 20. Barger, his calling card is supposedly his power. It's a super small sample size for him, but he should be putting up double-digit home runs over the course of a reasonable playing sample. But it's just not happening. Your horses aren't getting it done. Your role players aren't running into ones like the other teams seem to be against us. And it's, it's going to be a long haul if we don't figure this out. The bright spot of the day for me, well, I think for everybody, was Paxton Schultz. He relieved Easton Lucas in the second inning and went 4 1/3 and only gave up 2 hits and had 8 strikeouts. So that was actually tying a major league record for most strikeouts from a reliever in their from a relief appearance in their first major league appearance. And he went 64 pitches. So there's a reasonable chance that Paxton Schultz actually gets the ball on the next Easton Lucas start day for that number 5 spot in the rotation. And I think he earned it. He looked great today. The main difference there is he doesn't have the blow-away stuff, as we touched on in the video earlier today. He's sitting, 92, 93. He works in a cutter. He works in a slider. But the difference was the command, and that made all the difference in the world. He was dropping things off the table right as they got to the plate. He was hitting the edges of the zone with strikes, making the hitters swing at the pitches that fell off the plate. And then against the lefties specifically, he's hitting the fastball. He's painting the top edge of the zone with the cutter in on their hands, the four seam in on their hands, and he was just hitting his spots all day. I don't know if he's going to, be able to do that every single time out. I don't think he's going to pitch to a 0 ERA in the major leagues, but he looked fantastic today, and I'm intrigued to see what he could do in a starting role, even if it is 4 or 5 innings pitched. Dylan Tate came in after him, gave up 3 hits, gave up 2 earned runs. He's definitely partly to blame for the home run, but the killer there was Andres Jimenez, running back, calling a ball on a shallow fly. Barger calls him off, and they have this awkward. Jimenez reaches back for it as Barger's sliding under to catch it, tips off Jimenez's glove, hits Barger in the head, it drops. And as soon as that happens, you're just thinking, okay, we're going to pay for that. You give the free base runner, and it comes in to bite you, and Tellez, very next batter, takes him deep, making it 2 runs. And you hate to see it for Dylan Tate, as he deserved a better fate there. He looked all right. He got 3 strikeouts. He got some ground balls. You know what? I'd like to see him more too. He looked good. It did take him 31 pitches to get through an inning and a third, which isn't ideal for a reliever. And Mason Flaherty came in and got an inning and 2/3 with 2 strikeouts, no hits, no walks. So he's continuing to look great. That ERA is now down to 2.57. So since that first outing against the Mets, he's been lights out. So those were really the only positives I could take away was, at least these new bullpen arms looked all right and Mason Flaherty looked good. But falling down 6-0 in the second inning, Easton Lucas is not going to get another trip through the rotation, I wouldn't say. On the hitting side of things, we need to be more clutch with runners in scoring position. The 5 for 21 isn't good enough. The lack of home runs is not good enough. And Nathan Lucas is probably gone pretty soon. If he even makes it till when Varsho's back, he will be off the team very shortly. He's just not producing in the opportunities he's given. And we need to figure this power out. We need Alan Roden to start hitting for some power. We need Will Wagner to supplement with some. And we need the big guys to start hitting. It's as simple as that. If they don't do it, you're asking too much out of your pitchers every game to keep you within, 3 runs, 4 runs every single game. You need to be able to quick strike with the offense. And it's still a problem. Anyways, that's where I'll leave off for today. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. How bad is this home run drought? What can we do to fix it? Do you think a trade needs to be made? Or do the players that we have just need to step up? Curious on your guys' thoughts. Drop a comment below. We'll talk to you guys later.